Got talent here at CSL. Talent, man, I'm just telling you, talent. So today at CSL, I am happy to welcome a guest speaker. Her name is Jacquie Fernandez, Reverend Jacquie Fernandez. She's a dynamic speaker who brings her passion about asking the hard questions to self and to others to challenge listeners to live consciously as unique, what she calls unrepeatable expressions of the divine. She earned her bachelor's in social work in 1997. She worked with homeless women and children in the KC metro area with a small group of people and was recognized as one of those women who make a difference by the Women's Foundation of Greater Kansas City. Jacquie graduated Unity Institute with a Master's of Divinity and was ordained as a Unity minister in 2015. She is currently serving as the Senior Minister of Unity of Overland Park, a suburb of Kansas City. Would you help me welcome to the CSL stage, Reverend Jacquie Fernandez.
I understand Kansas City is in the house, and if you know, you know. I'm wearing red today because go Chiefs. Yes. We got our first home game this afternoon, so I know you'll all tune in now that you know. It is my great joy and delight to be here and to soak in that music. I am also delighted to share with you, this is shameless plug, Unity Magazine. I'm a columnist for Unity Magazine. I write the Spirit of Scripture column for every issue, which is Bible interpretation. We're not going to talk about that today, I was warned. Don't be coming here with that Jesus. Once in a while, I can follow directions, so we're not going to do that today, but here we go. Se Puede consciousness. I was able to write a feature article for the March-April issue this year. And this is featured about myself, my heritage, of my iconic great-aunt Dolores Huerta. Anyone know the name? She is an icon in the country. She is the longest-serving civil rights activist in this country. She turned 91 this year. And the reason I'm bringing this is because we just learned that this article was nominated as a finalist for the Folio Magazine Awards, both for editorial, for the writing, and for the design. So I'm really proud to bring that to you today. Se Puede consciousness. The article opens with a quote from Barack Obama: Dolores does not play. And let me tell you, that gene runs strong in my family. So I am not here to play today, okay? So we're going to dive in deep, and we're going to get with it. I'm going to ask you to come with me. And so to help us on that path, I'm going to bring you an Eric Butterworth quote: "The light is where you are. The light is in you, and you are in it. And that is the complete answer to everything you need." Are you with me? Okay. So, se puede. Yes, we can. The reason I opened that quote with that quote by Barack Obama is because he stole the se puede, yes, we can, from my Aunt Dolores for his campaign slogan. And let me tell you, the women in my family had a chip on our shoulder about that for a minute. Okay, but 2012, he chooses my Aunt Dolores for the Presidential Medal of Freedom, and as he's placing the medal on her, he asks for forgiveness. And he recognizes that he borrowed, in his words, the slogan, but also there's a lot of pride around that, because this slogan has staying power, and I invite it into our conversation today as a way to anchor our consciousness. Si se puede, yes, we can. So back in the 70s, my Aunt Dolores was working with the farm workers and forming labor rights unions for them. She co-founded the United Farm Workers Union with Cesar Chavez. And in this work, they boycotted. You might have heard of the famous Great Boycott with Cesar Chavez, and Gloria Steinem got involved, Angela Davis, come on. Yeah, you recognize these names. In order to have an impact to protect the workers, the farm workers, with just really basic rights, like bathrooms available to them, fair wages, these kinds of things. And so what happened was with the boycott, they were able to impact legislation. They went to Arizona to do the same thing. And the farm workers were like, no se puede, not here in Arizona. You can't do what you did in California. And my Aunt Dolores said, sí se puede. And they did. They did it. All right, so I'm going to ask you to say it with me. Sí se puede. Again, sí se puede. And I want you to feel that. For decades, people have been chanting this rally cry in all kinds of civil rights marches and rallies. Sí se puede. It has an energy to it. And I'm inviting you into it not to get political, but to get spiritually dangerous. Spiritually empowered. We are not here to play. Dolores does not play. I don't play. And I don't think you play. But the rest of that sentence is not Barack's words, mine, until she does. Because there is a time and a place for play. And my Aunt Dolores will be the last one on the dance floor if you have a dance. And I can tell you that at the age of 88, she came to Kansas City as a guest speaker for K-State, which is across the state from the Kansas City airport. She flew into the airport. We picked her up at 8 in the morning. We had brunch with a congressman, naturally. We drove across the state about 3 hours, on which she had a phone call with PBS because they were working on curriculum to go along with her documentary that was highlighting the work of her life. So she did that. She also called an attorney for a lawsuit that she was working with in the city of Bakersfield, California, to stop the school-to-prison pipeline. So they were suing the school district of Bakersfield. So she had that phone call. She closed her eyes for 10 minutes. My kids were conked out in the back seat. I was yawning. We hadn't even gotten started with the day. We pulled in just in time for her to have a little afternoon session with some of the students who brought her in, the Hispanic Latino students. And then she did like a signing, like signed posters, signed T-shirts, signed arms, this kind of thing. And then we went to check into the hotel. I'm out of breath just reliving this memory. Then we go check into the hotel, and then we go back for the actual keynote that we were there to do. On the way, she says, Mija, I want you to come on the stage with me, and I want you to speak, and we're going to talk about courage and faith. And I'm like, okay, so I'm just taking notes. Cool. We get out, we go in, they mic us up. It's like time to start. They're reading her bio, introducing her. They kind of have a tag on with me because they realize I'm coming out too. And right before they call her name, she turns around and says, okay, you go first. And so say something about being a mother in Kansas. Okay. So we go on to this. And I'm telling you what, it was the most natural conversation. It was like just lobbing a ball back and forth to each other. It was art. It was heart. It was brilliant to be not just in that moment with my aunt, but with an icon. And to step into that, sí se puede, yes, we can. There is no, I don't know, we didn't prepare. I don't know what to say. There was just, yes, yes. Okay, long day. I just described it to you. I'm like, okay, now we're going to go back to the hotel and chill out. I'm sure she's not going to want to go to the after party. Oh, we went to the after party. And she danced with those college students all night. You know, the kids were like over in the corner, like, when are we going to go? I'm like, I don't know. And we stayed, closed the place down. There was a band. There was a DJ. You know, like the band goes home, and then the DJ comes out. There was a band, then there was a DJ, and then we go. And on the way back, she asked the driver, so what is there to do in town before? In the morning, I have to catch my flight at 11, so what could we do before that? Well, there's some really great museums in town. Great, we'll do it. And we did. So Dolores does not play until she does, right? And do you feel the balance of that? Yes, we can. Sí se puede. We can work hard, we can play hard, and we can soak in all that there is, because what are we fighting for if it is not to enjoy life in community with friends new and old, with family? The light is where you are. The light is in you, and you are in it, and there is the answer to everything you need. Sí se puede. Yes, you're feeling it. Okay, so my family's here with me, and we started this week up in St. Augustine. Beautiful, beautiful. We'd never heard of it, our first time there. Beautiful beach. And we learned very quickly this is the oldest city in America. And the first time I read that, I kind of went, really? Okay. The second time I read it, I said it out loud to my wife, this is the oldest city in America. Something like, The third time I said it, I stopped. What? No, sir, no, ma'am. There were cities before you started telling me history. There were already cities in this land, and that's the thing. That's the thing that was poking me in the side about this fun fact about St. Augustine. So I just kind of breathed into it. And we were at the beach in the water, and I started reflecting on this shore, this water that carried ships of people, explorers, depending on what side of history you're on. But what we know is that we are all one. And what I know for me, in my body, in my DNA, that their bloodline runs through mine just as the natives who were already here in their own cities. We're going deep. The light is where we are, and the light is in us, and we are in it, and there is the answer to everything we need. So when we talk about forgiveness, when we talk about Hispanic Heritage Month, when we talk about Se Puede consciousness, when we talk about what it means to sit together in spiritual community, we invite all perspectives to the conversation. Why? This is how we heal. This is how we move past shame, blame, regret, and into hope, into the opportunity to build for us today what will become a better tomorrow. Are you with me? So when we enter these conversations and we look at the whole picture, Hispanic Heritage Month is not margaritas and mojitos and tacos. I mean, there's going to be some of that, right? Because we're going to play. But we're also going to engage some of the let's not play. Let's open hearts. Let's open history. Because this is how we heal what we heal in us today. When I stood there on that beach in that water, realizing what these shores carried into what would become my family history, what would become me, and the pain, the horror, the terror, the demolition of societies, of history. And I allow the waves to wash away that pain and allow it to become what it became, which is me. So should I deny one element of my own ancestry for another? Or vice versa? It is all within. And it is all held in consciousness. And when I can reconcile that in this moment, the healing shoots all the way back into my ancestry and all the way forward into the future. And as you bear witness to what I experienced, that healing extends to you to the degree you allow it. Se puede. Yes, we can. We can heal. We can elevate. We can be better than what history has recorded us as humanity. We can lean in to opportunity of reconciliation, opportunity to be in our oneness, to be the self-livingness of that one divine presence. And that is the gift of Se Puede consciousness. It is self-livingness itself. It is life-affirming. It is peacemaking. It is fun-loving. And it is your gift, and I hope and I invite you each to take this into Hispanic Heritage Month. Get some tacos. Have a margarita if that's your thing. And also reflect. Reflect on the opportunity to heal our history right here in this land, to be in a space of reconciliation. To be in a peacemaking space. Well, I wasn't there. It doesn't matter. History lives now, today, in our memory. So when we remember it in this moment, it is here with us. So you are there. And light is where you are. So we bring light to it. We don't deny. We bring the light to it, and we allow healing by acknowledging, and by enfolding, and by expressing that self-livingness into it. So I'm going to invite you now, if you're able and willing, to stand. If not, I invite you to lift your aura. And we're going to give the Si Se Puede chant together right now, and you just repeat after me. Si se puede, si, si se puede. Again, si se puede, si, si se puede. Do you feel it? Now from your toes all the way up. Here we go. Si se puede, si, si se puede. And that's how we live. We live in the yes, we can, yes, we can, yes, we are, you are. The light. The light is in you, and you are in it, and therein lives the answer to everything we need. Si se puede. Namaste.
There is on your spiritual path and journey in the light a time to speak, a time to stand up and shout out loud, and there's a time to sit down and be still. Be quiet and to listen to the inner guidance, to the light that is on inside of all of us. Let's take some time to do that now. The sun never says to the earth, "You owe me." It just shines brightly. And it gives its healing light to all who are in its presence. There is no debt to pay. There is no need to suffer through hardship in order to receive the light. All you must do is turn to it. Go outside and turn to the light. Move away from the darkness, from that which has restricted you or held you back, from the stories of our lives that have brought us down, and turn toward the light. Because the light is your lifeline, it is your healing. It is always shining. It is always ready. It is always welcoming your return. It lives inside of you, inside of all of us, inside of all sentient beings and life forms everywhere in the universe. The light is God, the light is love. There's nothing you can do to stop it. It is persistent and insistent upon its presence. So no matter how far away you've gotten from the darkness, it is still on as a reminder that you can always come home. Come home. Let's be still for a minute and come home to the light. Just as the sunlight brings life to our planet, so does that light within you. It can heal all things. It can overcome all things. It can abolish all dis-ease and nonsense in an instant. The moment the light is turned on, the darkness immediately dissipates. Let's spend our week, this week, living in the light. And so it is.
I breathe out, I breathe in, I am still, I go within. When I quiet my mind, in the stillness I find. Spirit meets me there. Spirit meets me there.